What is up, people of YouTube? This is Marquita, and I am back with another Final Four video. So we talked about LSU, we got a video about Iowa, now we got to talk about the South Carolina Gamecocks. Also, I can't stand that team name. South Carolina is led by the amazing coach, Dawn Staley. Dawn Staley is one of the legends of women's basketball. She was a great player at Virginia. She went to the WNBA and played a couple years there. She was on Team USA. She coached at Temple for a long while. And now she is the coach of the South Carolina Gamecocks. She's just awesome. She was a fun player. And now she's a fun coach. She's probably the swaggiest coach in women's basketball. You know, when you look at her, like what she's wearing and her fit every single game, she's just cool. She makes statements with what she wears. And the thing I love about her is just the way she advocates for her players. Just seeing when A'ja Wilson was at South Carolina and just seeing the very close relationship they had, where it really felt like Dawn really cared. And like, yes, coaches care about their players, but it feels just more genuine with Dawn. Like, Dawn is just a very genuine person. So Dawn Staley's the best. She's a great person. Also, she's a fantastic coach. Just making sure that she gets the different pieces necessary to win games. You remember the A'ja Wilson era of South Carolina, and how Dawn Staley really built a team around A'ja Wilson, and how they just dominated. They were just a very good team. And you see that Dawn Staley has basically done the same thing with Aliyah Boston. Aliyah Boston is just a phenomenal player. Like, she was the runner-up for Player of the Year this year. Some people say she got snubbed. I'm not sure. She's a great player. Like, I love watching her play. I think it really could have went either way between her or Caitlin Clark. But Aliyah Boston is just one word: dominant. She's a dominant player. She can play with her back to the basket. She can catch the ball towards the three-point line and sort of drive in and score that way. She's pretty good at free throws. She's just a really great player. And also, she's great on defense. And she's a big body that South Carolina can use to kind of beat up some of the other players. Like, she can back you down and wear you out that way. And also on defense, she can block your shot. She can go toe to toe with you. If you're the opposing forward or center trying to score against her. She's a great player. Aliyah Boston she's just solid. She really is. There's nothing crazy fancy or flashy about her game. It's just she does her job and does it extremely well on a very efficient clip. Aliyah Boston is phenomenal, but this team is not just about Aliyah Boston. You got Zia Cooke, Laeticia Amihere, the defensive juggernaut of Beal, Victoria Saxton. This team is built on seniors who have the ability to come back next year if they want. This team is stacked. You have shooters, you have defensive specialists, you have folks who are just able to do their role very well. And the thing that you really have on South Carolina is big bodies. Yes, at the start you have Aliyah Boston, but if Aliyah Boston gets in foul trouble or she just needs to rest, it's not like the opposing team can be like, okay, great, we can rest up a little bit. Aliyah Boston's out of the game. No. Aliyah Boston walks out, in comes super tall Brazilian Camila Cardozo. Like, what? what? It's wild. Like you replace a big body for another big body. That's what South Carolina has. South Carolina has height. Laeticia Amihere, height. How can you really compete with that? You can't. This is why South Carolina is undefeated this year. It's not just the amazing starters on this team. It is the bench players who are able to come in and give some production. They're able to give minutes that allow the starters a chance to rest, and also they can score themselves. You got Kiera Fletcher, Brea Hall, Camila Cardozo, and others who all come together to ensure that the starters can get the rest that they need, and make sure that they're not losing anything super substantial on the defensive and offensive standpoint. This team is great. South Carolina, I will just say it right now. I'll just say it right now. South Carolina's gonna win the championship. Like I think it's a foregone conclusion. I think just about everybody who knows anything about women's basketball is basically saying the same thing. It would take a miracle for Iowa to beat South Carolina tomorrow. I mean, we'll see what happens. You know, stranger things have happened. This has been a wild March Madness, particularly on the men's side, but maybe on the women's side as well. It's gonna be a really great game to watch between South Carolina and Iowa. But South Carolina's stacked. They're a great team. And to just think, we may see the same exact team next year. Who knows? They have an opportunity to come back. But South Carolina's awesome. That's a brief look at some of the players. You got defense with Beal. You got down low offense with Aliyah Boston. You got a brilliant coaching mind that is able to make all the pieces work together. South Carolina is amazing. Let's see what happens. You know, I know the fams are going to be going crazy on Twitter and everything. And I would just say the secret sauce for South Carolina is the fams. You got people on Twitter going crazy for South Carolina. I have never seen a college women's basketball fan base as big as South Carolina. Like, I'm just like, what is going on? There's something in the water, man. People love themselves on South Carolina Gamecocks. And I'm a fan. I'm not a super fan, but I just love seeing just the fandom and just how they go hard for their team. When Aliyah Boston won the College Player of the Year, like, they were going crazy, you know, and it's just fun. It's just fun to see huge fandom and huge excitement in the women's college game. It's great to see. Let's see what happens, but whatever happens, I know it's going to be very entertaining. So keep it posted here for more March Madness commentary as we head into tomorrow and watch the game. I'll be back with some post-game analysis. All right, I'll see you guys then. Until next time, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye.